Okay.
Good fucking job. Good fucking job. You hired him. I seen him walking. Seen him walking in with you. I said, this motherfucker, we ain't got a job. We can't get no free rooms.
Oh no.
There's no more.
Oh, that's my man. He can interrupt the interview. Please.
The tension between Terence Crawford and TeofimoLopez has been brewing for some time, with their rivalry drawing the attention of boxing fans worldwide. Both fighters, celebrated for their fiery temperaments and self-assured personas, have cultivated a history of clashes both inside and outside the ring. Their recent arrival in Riyadh for the much-anticipated DmitryVsArtur fight turned an ordinary airport moment into a scene filled with drama as they found themselves face-to-face. As they navigated the bustling airport, the atmosphere became charged with the potential for conflict. Fans and media had already been speculating about the possibility of a showdown between the two champions, making their presence at the same event all the more intriguing. Known for their willingness to engage in verbal sparring, the situation escalated quickly, fueled by the competitive spirits that define both athletes. The mere sight of each other ignited a spark, leading to a confrontation that could have easily turned physical. Crawford and Lopez, both proud of their accomplishments and undefeated records, have long been aware of the significance of their rivalry. Each fighter has a loyal following, with fans eager to see who would come out on top in a potential matchup. The airport incident highlighted the underlying animosity between them, a sentiment that has been building through a series of public exchanges and social media banter. As their eyes locked, it became clear that both were ready to defend their reputations and assert their dominance. The dramatic encounter at the airport served as a reminder that the world of boxing is as much about psychological warfare as it is about physical prowess. While Crawford is known for his tactical brilliance and skill inside the ring, Lopez's brash confidence and bold proclamations add an unpredictable element to their rivalry. The stakes have never been higher, and fans are left wondering how far each fighter is willing to go to secure a bout against the other, making the possibility of a future fight all the more enticing. Ultimately, the incident in Riyadh is just the latest chapter in a growing saga between two of boxing's most exciting figures. As they continue to navigate their respective careers, the tension between Crawford and Lopez is likely to remain at the forefront of discussions within the sport. Both fighters are acutely aware of the implications of their rivalry, and the prospect of a future clash looms larger than ever, promising to captivate audiences and elevate the drama in the world of boxing. When Crawford and Lopez crossed paths, their long-standing rivalry flared up, nearly transforming the airport into an impromptu boxing ring. This incident was just the latest in a series of heated exchanges, much of which has played out on social media. Crawford, typically composed, took to X, formerly Twitter, to call out Lopez directly, launching a series of pointed tweets, challenging him to prove himself against Israel Madrimov before stepping into the ring with him. Lopez, never one to shy away from a challenge, fired back with his signature bravado. He insisted they either lace up the gloves or shut your hoe ass up. The war of words intensified as Crawford questioned Lopez's resume and legitimacy as a contender, asserting he had faced only a handful of noteworthy opponents throughout his career. Despite the barrage of insults and bravado exchanged between Terence Crawford and TeofimoLopez, the younger fighter stood firm in his confidence. Lopez's audacious declaration that he would be willing to fight Crawford for free showcased his determination to step into the ring with one of boxing's best. This bold claim was likely a mixture of genuine eagerness and a calculated attempt to elevate his own profile in the sport. Fans were captivated by the idea of such a high-stakes matchup, even if Lopez's willingness to fight for no purse seemed a touch theatrical. However, Crawford's response was far from enthusiastic. The seasoned champion dismissed Lopez's assertions, implying that the young contender had not yet proven himself worthy of a fight against him. Crawford's position reflected a broader sentiment in boxing, that true contenders must earn their shot through consistent performance and victories over top-level opponents. His dismissive tone suggested that he viewed Lopez's bravado as a mere ploy rather than a legitimate challenge. For Crawford, the path to a title shot was paved with respect and demonstrated skill. This back and forth illustrates the complexities of boxing rivalries, where bravado often clashes with experience and reputation. Lopez's fiery spirit and willingness to call out Crawford underscored his ambition, yet it also exposed the gap between them in terms of established credentials. Crawford, with his impressive resume and undefeated record, is not easily swayed by bold statements. The contrasting approaches of the two fighters add layers to their rivalry, highlighting the balance of ambition and experience in the sport. As the exchanges continued, the anticipation for a potential showdown between Crawford and Lopez only intensified. Fans found themselves at a crossroads. Should they support Lopez's audacity and eagerness to take on the best, or recognize Crawford's perspective that respect and accomplishment should precede such matchups? The ongoing tension between them has undoubtedly stoked interest in their future, leaving boxing enthusiasts eagerly awaiting the day when words might finally give way to action in the ring. Their rivalry reached new heights during a chance encounter at a Canelo-Alvarez fight in Las Vegas. Lopez recounted a tense stare-down with Crawford that escalated into a verbal exchange. He expressed his desire for a fight, but Crawford's team has been skeptical about the competitiveness of such a matchup. Crawford's coach, Brian "Bo-Mac" McIntyre, emphasized that a fight against Lopez wouldn't be competitive, viewing Lopez's skill set as inferior. However, the heated exchanges and Lopez's relentless calls for a showdown suggest that a fight could happen if tensions continue to escalate. As Lopez looks to solidify his legacy and continues to call out Crawford, the latter seems focused on bigger challenges, including a potential bout with Canelo Alvarez. Lopez, undeterred, believes he can exploit Crawford's physical traits and strategy to secure a victory. After a recent win over Jermaine Ortiz, Lopez made headlines again by challenging Crawford for a potential catch-weight fight, claiming he is always ready and eager to face the best. However, Crawford dismissed this proposal, seeing it as unrealistic and implying Lopez's recent performance didn't warrant such a challenge. The ongoing dialogue between TerenceCrawford and TeofimoLopez certainly stirs speculation about a potential future clash. With each heated exchange, the narrative becomes increasingly compelling. Can Lopez rise to the occasion and demonstrate he has the skills to compete at Crawford's level? Fans are left in suspense, eager to see whether Lopez can back up his bold claims in the ring. His willingness to confront Crawford and challenge him publicly adds an electrifying element to their rivalry, but the question remains whether he can convert that bravado into tangible results against top-tier competition. On the other hand, Crawford's focus seems directed towards other high-profile matchups, including potential fights with established champions like Canelo Alvarez. The reality is that Crawford has fought and defeated numerous elite opponents across multiple weight classes, establishing himself as one of the pound-for-pound greats. His recent dismissive attitude towards Lopez indicates a belief that the young fighter must first face tougher challenges to earn a shot. This dynamic creates an intriguing tension in boxing, where the allure of a matchup can be at odds with the realities of rankings and fight negotiations. As fans continue to debate the merits of a possible bout, the rivalry between Crawford and Lopez could serve to fuel both fighters' motivations. Lopez has an opportunity to elevate his status by proving himself against formidable opponents, thus making a potential future fight with Crawford more appealing. Meanwhile, if Crawford remains unchallenged by Lopez, he may continue to seek out opponents who can further solidify his legacy. Ultimately, the trajectory of this rivalry will depend on how both fighters navigate their careers in the coming months, leaving fans hopeful for a showdown that could electrify the boxing world. What do you think? Should Crawford consider Lopez a serious contender, or is he right to focus on bigger challenges? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates.